welcome to the fifth installment of the IronCAD evaluation series. In this very brief tutorial, we're going to show you a very simple aid that IronCAD provides called Dynamic View Sensitivity Modeling. It's kind of long-winded for simply saying that IronCAD is your co-pilot when you're designing. It's going to make certain assumptions that based upon the way you're looking at your part in the scene. Okay, so let's get to it and show you how this works. There's actually two parts to this technology. The first part is orientating parts and features. For instance, we're going to use a cylinder, drag and drop cylinder, for this entire demonstration to show you what we're talking about. So if we're looking at this part more or less primarily from the front end, meaning that these surfaces are more perpendicular to our view, when we drag a cylinder, let's say to an edge and to the midpoint, the cylinder comes directly off those faces that are more perpendicular to us. Alright? Now we can just we know right away, and this acts as an aid for us to kind of just go in and finish the part real quick. We don't have to worry about orientating a feature. IronCAD has done it for us based on how we're looking at the part. So let's delete that again. So now if I kind of tilt my view down and these top faces are more perpendicular, and I drag the cylinder to the same spot, you notice the cylinder orientates to perpendicular to our view. Alright? That is a tremendous tool when you're modeling and you're on this end and you know exactly how these features are going to drop into place simply by how you're looking at the part. Okay, it's unique to IronCAD. Only IronCAD delivers this technology. Another thing that dynamic view sensitivity modeling does is resize your features based on how zoomed in or out you are on the part. Okay, so for instance, if I go way out on this part, right, like this, and I drag the cylinder to the center point here, see how that feature is relatively big. What IronCAD does is it understands this part. See, if you zoomed far out, is a relatively big part, so it brings in the feature relatively to scale based on how it's zoomed in. Alright? Now, if we do the same thing, we zoom real tight here, zoom really tight on that same section, and drag the same cylinder to the same point. Whoops, let's try this again. Zoom in a little tighter. Now you get this dialog. It says, do you want to resize the shape? And you say okay, and it comes in real small. The reason being is we were zoomed in so tight that it says, well, I must be designing a really tight tolerance here, so let's just bring this feature in smaller. Okay, so that's basically dynamic view sensitivity modeling, and that doesn't just work for the cylinder. It works for all the features in the catalogs. Okay, so I hope this was insightful. Gained a little snippet of some technology that you're not going to find in any other CAD application, and keep on with your evaluation. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email at support@magnacad.com. Oh, and if you want a reference sheet on this topic, you can basically go to this address and download it in PDF form. All right? Enjoy.